Hi, coach. First off, FC Goa scored 2 goals. You must have thought that you are in the game. What was going on in your mind when the first half was going on?
We were in the game till it was 4-2. I thought we were in the game till it was 4-2. We missed a lot of chances. I will say we created a lot of chances in the first half itself till the 95th minute. And till when Manvir's shot was saved by the goalkeeper. I think it was an extremely professional and fantastic performance from this set of players. We never gave up. We fought till the end. We were down over the two ties. We came back strongly in the first half, took the lead, created chances, missed chances, scored chances, and we went 2-0 at halftime. We came back in the second half, and if Jackie's goal had to go in, it was 2-0, 3-0, and we would have been right there. We were almost there. And then, is part of football when we go in search of the third goal, something can happen, and it did happen. But and then they got the score from the set piece. But then again, we fought really well. We came back and we hit the crossbar. Their goalkeeper saved. We missed by inches. They saved on the goal. They made saves on the goal line, and yeah, we lost. But then I will say I'm extremely proud of this boys. The way how they played and the way how they showed character.
If I'm wrong correctly, the record has been poor for SC Goa. They have they have lost really 5 times in 6 editions. Correct? This is why
You
why
mean
under pressure.
you mean in the playoffs?
Yeah.
I will say pressure. I wouldn't say it's pressure. It's just that the way how we play. We play a very open football, and these boys, right? That's our way of playing. That's our style of playing. Whether it's whoever was here before, whether it was under Zico, whether it was under Sergio, or whether it's now. Is a way where we play football, an open football where we can express ourselves, and we always run the risk of conceding on the break or conceding when we are too much open. And it's just that you know I wouldn't call it pressure. It's just that these boys they like to play. They like to play expressive football.
Hi Clifford, you made quite some interesting substitutions, bringing Manveer, Gama, and Fall particularly was playing as a forward. Particularly during the second half. Talk us through, your thinking behind those substitutions and why
You know,
you promoted Fall up front.
with the 2-2 in the tie, we had to go all out with 20 minutes to go, and we were already down. We were not scared to concede more goals because that was not a problem for us. It's 2-2 draw. We can lose. We can go on to go on to lose the match 4-2. So that was not a problem for us. The problem was if we score goals, then you know the chances of coming back in the tie are more, and that's exactly what happened. And we came back strongly in the tie back again from 2-2 to make it 4-2, and we were very close to win the game in the first half, especially. We for the first 20 minutes we pinned Chennai in the own half. Not a single chance they could create. But then, like I said, that's football.
I have one. Clifford, over the statistics, if you go to see that FC Goa always plays some amazing football in their first half, but always in the second half, at the beginning, FC Goa concedes goals. So, what is your take on that?
Uh, from what I know and from how I assess the game, in the last three games, especially of the league, I think we scored 14 goals. And out of those 14 goals, I think we scored 10 to 11 in the second half. So, what has happened before, I cannot really say. But this is football. Even today, we considered two, but we scored two. So, like I said, sometimes you concede in the very first minute, sometimes in the second half or later in the game. But that's part of it. It's the overall dynamic of football where you can concede goal or score goal at any moment.
What did you particularly tell the boys at halftime? Because at the start of the second half, you all conceded a goal, 2 goals in space of 7 minutes. Do you think that intensity dropped down and the team was more relaxed? Like, given that you all had a 2 goal cushion at halftime.
I thought that when we went in the second half, we were the better team. We started off strongly again. We missed Jackie. We created, and if either side of the goalkeeper and Jackie could have scored that, and we were 3-0 up. And what happens is when you create chances, when you miss chances, like I said, there is always a risk, run the risk of conceding, and that's exactly what happened. I think we were the better side, both in the first half and in the second half as well. When you are chasing a game over the 2 legs, you have to push up. You have to go out with everything, and we did that in the first half. In the first 30 minutes when we scored 2, and in the second half as well. When we started really, really strong. And we were just unlucky not to go 3-0 up, and then they score 1, and that threw us at pace. But like I said, this is part of football.
Coach, Bumos was not really fit before the game, but was he completely fit, or do you think you could have used a better option from the beginning?
No, I think whatever he gave in whatever time he was there, that is enough for me. I think we were 2-0 up when he was there, and he gave absolutely everything. That's the dedication of a player, that he's ready for the cause. And I am also proud of him, as well as the other boys, that even when these boys, when sometimes they cannot, and you could see in the second half as well, they gave absolutely everything. And the same with Hugo. He gave everything that he had. He was ready to play, willing to sacrifice himself for the team. And not many can do that. So I'm really, really proud of each one of them.
How would you wrap up the season for FC Goa? One of the most consistent teams. Hugo has got the best stats. A couple of players selected for the national squad. How do you think you would assess FC Goa's performance over the season?
In my opinion, I think a great season. Not just when I'm at the helm, but before as well. I think a great season. The primary aim of the club was to win the league, and we won the league over 18 matches, which is not easy. That means we were the best team over the course of 18 matches, and I think it has been a great season, and we qualified for the Champions League. Playoffs, yeah, it can sometimes it can be a lottery, and you cannot determine or put a performance, summarize a performance over just 2 matches. You have to look over the past 18 games, and I think it's an excellent season that we had. Our primary aim was to be in the Champions League. Over the past 5 seasons, we could not finish first, and here is this moment when we needed the most, and we finished first. So I think it's a great season for the club, for the players. And like I said, I'm extremely proud of the achievements of every one of them.
We expected a tight encounter like this. FC Goa were coming in pretty strongly in the first half, but you came back very well. How would you assess the match?
I think you're right. I think we, FC Goa, started very brightly, and we didn't, if truth be told. And we told them prior to that FC Goa are a quality side. They don't need to be handed any gifts and we did that. We didn't pass the ball well enough. Obviously, the own goal gives them a tremendous lift. Ricardo Fall then scores a wonderful header from a set play, and at 2-0, obviously with the away goal they scored, then another goal obviously puts them with an advantage. But that's the moment for calm heads. That's the moment just to be nice and calm and understanding there's a long way to go in the game. And we grew into the game in the first half. I mean, I don't recall Vishal having any saves in the first half. The fans are making plenty of noise, but we kind of started to get a grip of the game. Took a little bit better of the ball, but still, needed to do more of that. So the message really at half-time, it was very calm. We knew if we passed the ball better, we would create chances, we would score goals, and that was the key. We just had to take better care of the ball. We did that. I'm actually really annoyed to have lost the game, because having got it 2-each, we probably should have went on and won the game. But then naturally people subconsciously think, I'll protect what I've got. That's not how we play. We play in the front foot, and when we do, we're a very good team. That being said, the job was to win over the 2 legs, which we've done, and nobody will argue that we were the better team over the 2 legs against the team that finished number 1. They finished number 1 for a reason, because over the season they've been the best team in the league. But since January, I would suggest we've been the best team in the league.
and that showed over the two legs. We were, everything we had to do, we did. Didn't play as well as I think we can tonight, and I'll tell them now and again, for us to be champions, we're going to have to be at our best next week because there's two very good opponents. Whoever we play will be a real tough test. We've got to be our very best. But to come through over two legs against Goa, who's, again, proven to be the best team over the course of the whole season, then it was an outstanding effort from everybody at our football club.
Hi, Coach. You seem to have, decided to shut shop when you brought Marcy Saigani in, but immediately after that, there were 2 goals scored by Goa. Was that a very bad scare for you?
Well, any goal you lose is a bad scare. We didn't. It wasn't in terms of deciding to shut up shop. Obviously, they threw Murtado forward. We needed a little bit of height just to cope with that. At 2 each, they needed a lot of goals to get back into them. And again, what happens when you get that last 5-10 minutes? People get a little bit edgy, a little bit nervous. Had we, going back to my earlier point about taking care of the ball, because we're a very good team when we do that, had we done that in the last 10 minutes, we would have actually scored again. Nerk, I think, was standing on his own 2 or 3 times, but we alluded to find that final pass. So I think I'm not happy that we lost the goals, but I don't think there was any chance, with all due respect, that it was ever going to be overturned. Once we got to 2 each, when we got to 2-1, I've got to say the stadium, as I told them at half-time, very calm. We score the next goal, the stadium will fall silent. They'll know they're playing against a good team. They've got so much to do. When we got to 2 each, we should have scored again with numerous opportunities. And the other thing I said to the young players, because it's a learning curve for many, particularly young Indian players, because they're still going helter-skelter the last 10 minutes, when that's the moment to manage, game management it's called, to manage the game. Take the ball, be clever, keep possession, run the clock down, know how to do it, and take any sting out of the game. But because they're so, and again, it's a great thing that they are, but obviously they have to learn, and that's why I enjoy working with them. They have to learn that game management, because that's the time when that natural enthusiasm to run forward. You don't have to run forward. Your job's done. Just be nice, solid, compact, and we don't give up any more goals. But in answer to your question, of course, any goal that goes in, there's a scare. I think I picked up a few more grey hairs, but that's why we love the game. But over the course of the 2 games, listen, we were the better team. There's absolutely no doubt about that.
Hi, Coach. First finalist now, CFC. Which Indian players impressed you the most now and since the time that you came into CFC?
And my players, well, I'm always loath to single out individuals because our strength is as a group. But I've got to say, from an Indian player, I love working with them. I mean, I'm on record because I wax lyrical about them. I actually said to Igor, who I got on brilliant with, and he's an outstanding coach, but we had the 4 players that have been playing. Obviously, JJ's on his way back and for assessment. But for me, you still have the 4 that are in the squad. You still have Dinliana, you have Jerry, you have German. Every one of them, I think, are more than capable in the national squad because of what they brought to their display for our team. Now, 1 or 2 might have not played to the maximum tonight, but I've got to say, consistently, they've been outstanding. I love their attitude. I love the desire. And there's no doubt, I'm going away in a tangent now, forgive me, but there's huge potential in the country. There really is, if people would get invest at grassroots. And I'm not saying and the coaches that are there, give them a help. Because if they get quality coaching, those young Indian players are going to get better and better, which in turn will help the national team. But I'm delighted with the ones I've got at the football club. No doubt about it, every one of them.
As you said, you would have liked to win this game. There are certain positives and certain things that you could absolutely work on when you go into the finals. What are some of the aspects that you think you could have improved and maybe improve upon them when you go to the finals?
No, very simply, I think forgive me for being repetitive, I think I've already said, we need to pass the ball better, take care of that ball, because that's been the key element to our success. When we pass the ball well, we're free-flowing, we're inventive, as you've seen, round the corner, we have a goal threat. So we need to do better with that. And the other thing, obviously, as a group, we have to defend better. We gave a couple of gifts tonight, a couple of good finishes as well, to be fair. I think it was Edu that scored the 3rd goal. Listen, that's just an outstanding finish. That's from a quality player. Little left one round the corner off the underside of the bar. But again, we could have got there and got pressure on. So I think that's something we certainly need to get better at defensively in that respect. But the positives over the 2 games, they hugely outweigh the negatives. So we'll work on the negatives, but equally we'll keep enhancing the positives as well. And I've got to say, I'm actually, I said at the time, I'm glad that it was eventually Goa we played. We want to win every game, but we changed the whole team at North East because, over the 2 legs, we felt we could win the game, the tie over them. Obviously, a 1-off at Goa is a big advantage for the home team. So we've taken that out of the equation with our performances, and now whoever we play, it's a neutral venue, and you'll have 2, certainly from our end, a really positive team trying to go to win the title.
You'll be playing here again in a week's time. What do you expect of the atmosphere and the crowd here for your support?
Well, I hope so. I know we'll bring large numbers from Chennai and our own supporters from Chennai. So we bring big numbers in. And I would also say as well, because I think what I found in my time, that FC Goa are a very, they're classic, a lot of class in the club, a lot of quality. But the supporters, they're football lovers. They love the football. And I think they would have seen tonight, it'd been easy for a team to come and be negative tonight and sit in and not take part in the game and shut up shop. But we came to stand toe-to-toe. So I would hope that the FC, the Goa fans that are lovers of football would want to come back and hopefully they would think Shenyang's their second favourite team. Not because we've beaten them, but in the manner in which we played. Goa are known for their fantastic football. And I think we're showing that we can certainly try to match those efforts in terms of how we move the ball. So I would hope that the football-loving fans would come out next week. The Goa fans, I would urge them to come to the final. And if they want to support a team, I'd be delighted to have them on our side.
Any message for your fans to come here and support you guys in the final?
Yeah, listen, I know how far the travel will be. I'm sure, between a lot of people, they'll try and help out some of the fans to get them here, because it's a fitting finale. We want to make sure there's a decent atmosphere in the crowd to go with two teams that are going to fight out to be that ultimate champion. We obviously want it to be us. So you want to have that atmosphere as we had tonight. Listen, it was at times noisy, vociferous as the opponent coach. You're thinking, wow, you're getting under a bit of pressure. And that's what you want. That's why we love football. We love playing against good teams, good players, good coaches. Go have all them. But equally, we have some of that ourselves. So, it was great. We had to weather the storm at different times. And again, listen, I've been very experienced where I've been. I've been at the highest level of the game, Premier League for 3 years. So half-time was just a time for calm, a time for understanding what we needed to do to make better. It wasn't a time for ranting and raving and putting people under pressure. It was just getting people settled down, relaxed, and ready to go and win the tie. And that's what we did. And we did it very, let's say, in a very, very good manner. Because at 2-0, a lot of people would have hid and, out the road. We had characters. And there's a saying, I think it's from one of the hymns, that the stars always shine brightest in darkness. And that's what they had to do. When it was dark at 2-0 and under pressure, that's when the stars come out to play. And you've seen that tonight from our team. So it was wonderful. I was absolutely delighted with them.
You've done well. What are your thoughts on the final?
In the playoff? Well, I think first and foremost, I think for us to be in the final, given when I came in December 6th, is a truly remarkable achievement. And that's, when I say a remarkable achievement, I mean by everybody, what everybody's contributed, because we have a very good club. We have good, that was the first thing that struck me when I joined. We have really good people, and we've tried to create that family atmosphere, that we are all in it together. So to reach the final, I think it's wonderful for everybody. It's obviously nice when you're the head coach and we get the plaudits and everything else. Equally, when we don't, we get the stick, and if it's that bad, we get the sack. So we know how it works. So when it goes well, it's important that you do enjoy it, because they don't come about every season. But what we've shown is that togetherness, and real quality. We're the team that's played under pressure every week. So to now reach the final, it means a lot. But I've got to say this, and I'm very honest with this, it will count for nothing in my books if we don't go and win it. We have to go and see it through. We've not come this far just to stop where we are. We want to make sure we see it through. I mentioned that at half-time as well. Make sure when we come off at full-time, there's no regrets. You've given everything you can. And if you have, then we'll all sleep well. But we stepped up. Just finished. We stepped up, and when we did, we showed that quality. So now, going to the final, obviously the showcase game of the season, then we're looking forward to that. And it'll be a tough opponent, whoever we play, but we'll be ready for it. And again, we'll be on the front foot. We'll be trying to score goals and trying to be aggressive in our play.